I figured it out.
You figured what out?
Big Bird ain't no real bird.
Oh, okay.
Guess how many times I've seen him fly?
How many?
0 times. Suspicious, right?
I guess.
And he talks. Know how many birds I know that can talk?
How many?
One bird, the one from Lion King. And that's
You figured it out.
And he's 8 feet tall. What fucking bird you know shaped like Charles Barkley?
None, I guess.
Cause he ain't a real bird.
Okay.
And he don't even shit. And if you know birds like I know birds,
They shit.
all day, Dad.
I don't know what to say.
Nothing yet. I'm still investigating. But I'll tell you what I think it is.
Please, tell me.
I think there might be a person in there.
No.
Yeah, probably not. But it ain't no fucking bird, I'll tell you that.
Hey. Welcome to my channel. If you're new to my channel, my name is Laura, aka Perplex QT, or Perplex QT, aka Laura. So how you guys doing tonight? I know it's been so long since I saw you guys. Let me say hi to everyone in my ratchet hair because it's still a little wet. Birds are not real. So I just thought we would open up with a little humor. Welcome, beautiful people. So let me say hi to everyone. Welcome members, Patreon, subs, my amazing mods, my amazing subs, Patreons, former Patreons, future Patreons. Don't forget, this channel is supported. It is self-supported. So super chats are invited. Super stickers, all aboard that train. Chugga chugga choo choo. Or you can absolutely order candles, which is my business. And that you can do at energycandles.com. You could see it right on top. You can also cash app if you don't like super chats or you want to remain quiet. You can also super chat. You can also cash app at Intrepid Candles with the money sign. So there's that. My hair looks great. Oh, I just straightened it a little. I know, right? It is getting so long. I can't believe it. So, okay. And it's all mine. All right. I know my hair's not ratchet. I'm just saying it looks a little ratchet at the moment. But, all right. So, let's get into this case. Now, I will drop a link. I just got the hiccups. For anyone that wants to come up, there is a lot of things that I don't know about this case. There's a couple things I'm learning about this case. Let me tell you how this even came about. This came about due to last night. I was making candles. It was late at night and Queen Bee was on. I was like, all right, sweet. So I start listening and she's talking about this case. I knew Gray had talked about it, but I didn't listen. I knew Chasing Truth talked about it. I hadn't listened. So it was just one of those right timing things. And I'm listening and this girl was on the panel and she was explaining everything, going through all the details. And then it got me interested. But there were a lot of things she said that just didn't add up. And I'm like, this isn't making sense. And I've thought about it all day. I was like, I have to go live about it because I got to think about it. I got to talk about it. But like I said, if anybody knows this case well and would like to come up, you're more than welcome. Because like I said, there's a lot I don't know, but there's a lot I do know. But again, if I get something wrong, don't shoot me. Just let me know. So on September, I'm not even going to lie and say I know the date, but on September 19th, it was reported that this woman from Athens, Georgia, I don't know how old she is, but this woman from Athens, Georgia, was found naked in the woods, hugging a tree. And she had gone to a dollar store the day before, about a couple of, I don't know the exact detail, 59, thank you, a couple of hours from her home. So it's not like she would be there. She was a real estate agent, but she went to my ear is popping. She went to a Dollar General, which is on camera, allegedly. And I say that for a reason. And she sent her daughter a Venmo 8 minutes after she left Dollar General and said the exact Venmo. Hold on, let me get it. Now I can't find it. But the exact Venmo said, like, oh, what is it? The exact Venmo was like $2,385 or something. It was something really odd and weird number, and said they're not going to let me go. And don't quote me on this, but something like they're not going to let me go. The key is under the blue rock in front of the house, something like that. The daughter just moved back into the mother's house. Wouldn't she know where the spare key is? Like, I know where my mom's diamonds are. Like, I know where everything is. And if she's going on vacation and she moves something, she'll tell me, I told Lisa, the diamonds are here. My valuables are here. Like, you just know. And 2,385. Yeah, it was a weird amount. So she walks into Dollar General, allegedly walks into Dollar General. She bought a tarp. Not a poncho. She bought a tarp. She bought a refillable lighter. She bought paper towels. Now, it didn't set off an alarm to anybody because there was no reason for it to set off an alarm. But all of the things that she bought were used in her murder. The couple of things that, and there's a lot more to it I'm going to get into, but just starting there, the couple of things that don't make sense to me is, one, how would you know 8 minutes later that they're not going to let you go? Why would kidnappers allow you to use your phone? That's the other thing. That's the first thing that stuck out to me. If someone kidnapped you or someone's going to kill you or you're tied up, they're not going to allow you to use your phone to send a Venmo. That's just not going to happen. There's no rhyme or reason why they would say, okay, you could send money to your daughter unless your daughter was involved in this. That's first of all. Second of all, if they won't let you go, how did you know this 8 minutes from the time that you left the store? That doesn't make sense. Actually, I have, hold on. Did I get rid of this video? Hold on. Bear with me a second. Okay. Whoop. All right. It happened on September 9th. So September 9th at 9 p.m. is when the husband said he last sees her. On September 10th at 2:55 p.m., Debbie is seen in the Clayton store. On September 10th at 3:17, Debbie's daughter gets his Venmo message. Now, again, 2:55 is when she's seen it at the store. At 3:17, she sends this message. On September 10th at 6 p.m., missing persons report filed. Okay, first of all, right, let me, just so we don't go back and forth, let me just address this for 1 second. I don't know why the cremation thing in Kylie is a big deal. Maybe I'm psychic, but we knew weeks ago that she was getting cremated. I don't know why everyone thinks this is new. That's why they had the memorial on the 10th, because the mother said she was being cremated. So I'm not sure why this is like new, or why people think this is new. But you're not the only one, Amanda. A lot of people said it. A lot of people think it's weird that she was cremated, but we've known this for weeks. So, or I thought everybody knew it for weeks. Maybe I'm wrong, but I thought everyone knew that she was cremated. I didn't think it was anything new. So, okay. So I just wanted to address that. Cremate the friends. So, all right, I'm going to talk about Kylie after, but let me get through this because I don't know this. No, I understand, Amanda. It's not a new thing. Okay, I just want to make sure that I wasn't crazy because I knew I heard it previously. So, yeah, once they have, I can tell you this from my own ex, once they have all they need for the autopsy, and if they have samples of all the organs or whatever they're testing, then they will go ahead and release the body. Because don't forget, a body decomposes. They can't keep a body that long, even if it's frozen. Can only keep it so long. So once they have everything they need, then they will go ahead and release it to the family. In a deep dive autopsy usually takes about 10 days, and then they'll release it. But all, having a decomposed body, all they need are pieces of the organs that they're looking at. The skin's not going to tell them anything. They already got the bugs. So as long as they have the internal pieces that they need or take a piece of it, they don't need anything else. So, okay, there's that. And yeah, it's not weird she was cremated. Absolutely not. It's also a money thing. Maybe they didn't have the money, or maybe it's what her wishes are. Who knows? Because don't forget, once you die, you're just a body. Your soul doesn't stay. You're just a body. There's, some people would rather wear their ashes or keep them in the house than have to go to a cemetery. It's personal choice. It's whatever you want. No. I didn't say that you did, Amanda. I'm saying that somebody else said, a lot of people have said that they find it weird that she was cremated. But I don't really find it weird that she was cremated because I would rather be able to hold ashes close to me. Like Dayton wears his dad on his necklace every day. The only time he takes it off is in a shower, but he feels better that his dad is with him, that he's wearing a piece of his dad every day. So if he had to go to a cemetery, he wouldn't be able to visit him because he would be buried in Iowa and we're in Alabama. So it's really, maybe that's what her mom wanted, just be able to wear, something close. So it's personal. It is very expensive. I'm donating my organs and being cremated. See, there you go. There you go, Joy. I have my son's ashes. That's what I'm saying. Dayton wears Brad's ashes every day. Oh, I know. It's ridiculous what they charge. I was like, I'll bury a hole myself. Hey, Donna. So, okay, we could talk about Kylie after. I just don't want to get sidetracked because, again, I don't know this case as well as others, so I just don't want to get sidetracked. Yes, Izzy. I got into it last night. So let me just say, at 6:00, missing person report filed. I also find it odd that it's 6:00. Oh, all right. Well, husband last saw the 9th. Okay, so I could see why it was why the next day, 6:00. Okay. Nobody ever explained why she was so far away. Nobody ever explained why she drove so far away. But the one thing that stuck out at me was the Venmo. And I think that stuck out with a lot of people. If someone's not letting you go and you walked into a store to purchase items hours away from your house, and then less than 10, 12 minutes later, you're sending a Cash App or a Venmo saying, hey, they won't let me go. Now, a lot of people think the husband is involved. I do not. I don't know when some of these pictures were taken. And that's a problem too, that I don't know when some of these pictures were taken or how old they were. But she doesn't look like the person in the picture in the surveillance tape. She doesn't look as big. But this could be an old picture. That I don't know. Now, the person in the video is wearing a visor, so you really can't see the face. All you see is the hair. Does this look like her? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. Yeah, she didn't rent a car. It was a loaner car because the car was being repaired. So she had a loaner car, not a rental car. She had a loaner car. But her body doesn't look like the other one. So my theory, here's some of my theory. At first, I thought this was the daughter. Okay. The reason I say that was one, the Venmo, but two, she has a purse clearly. Clearly, she's wearing a purse. The daughter said she left the purse at home, but she didn't leave a purse at home. She's wearing a purse. So why would the daughter say she left it at home? In one picture, hold on. Okay. Now, in one picture, they're saying this is the daughter. However, in other pictures, that's not what the daughter looks like. This is where I am confused because neither one match that symbol. I mean, match who was in the store. This girl looks too big. So this is the daughter. Is this recent? The reason I say that, when I show you some pictures on Facebook, it doesn't look like her at all. Like, she looks completely different with super long hair. So that's why I was confused, because that's current of the daughter. This is current of the daughter. Then I'm going back to my original theory. My original theory is that the daughter was the one buying the stuff. I'm going to get to all that yet. That the daughter was the one buying the stuff. The reason why she wore the visor is because she was covering her face. Now, it's not too hard to kind of look like somebody when a camera is down. So you're going to look thinner when a camera is straight down rather than head on. Yes, I'm going to get to all that with the daughter. Look at the difference in legs. Kind of. But she could have worn something that made her look thinner, because the mother just looks way thinner. See, Phoebe, that's what I said. But in this picture, she has short hair. All you would need to do is dye it blonde. But the key is seeing them both walk. That's what I'm saying. But my theory is the mother was either already dead or she was in the woods already. She may have taken a trip with her daughter. But I am convinced that it was the daughter that went in the store, purchased the items, then went back and killed her mom. Why she only sent $2,000 and something, I don't know. But it has been proven that the daughter has been lying to everybody. She's been lying to authorities. She lied to Nancy Grace. She's been lying to reporters. She's been lying to everybody. Being that they used the actual items from her, the thing she bought, and then sent them Venmo less than 20 minutes later, she bought those items for a reason. And let's say it wasn't her. Let's say she was just with her daughter, and her daughter said, Mom, go to the store and buy X, Y, and Z. We need it for whatever. She could have done that. She could have caused her mom to send this Venmo. The thing that doesn't add up is the daughter then told the police that Mom has never sent a Venmo before, but Mom has sent Venmos to her, and there's proof of this. So why would she lie to the cops about this? The only reason you would lie about to the cops is that you're guilty. You have something to do with this, whether you're full-on guilty, somewhat guilty. But they say the mother was there alone. She went to the store alone. But if mother and daughter look somewhat alike, she could pass for her. There's other pictures of the daughter. She looks nothing like her. She has long hair. That's why I was wondering about this picture. The daughter and the boyfriend have had some serious issues over the past. They fight with each other. He threatened to kill her. Debbie had road rash at one point. She says she fell on the cement. I personally don't believe that. I believe that she was hit by either a daughter or the boyfriend. So, and I could show you pictures of that. I think it's on the other video. Hold on. The mom's supposed to go to a game later that day, so the paper towels, lighter, and tarp and stuff could have been for the game later and met the daughter. It's too soon, though. It's too much. Whatchamacallit? It's too much, too close. The Venmo sent out and the time she was in the store is too close. There's no way that they were that. You can't buy all that stuff, drive to another location, and send that Venmo within 15 minutes. That it just doesn't make sense. I don't think the video is of daughter or mom, boyfriend. What? Oh, I see what you're saying. Oh, no. Yeah, but why would they say it was the mom then? She doesn't have real skinny legs, though. It kind of looks like she does, but she really doesn't. All right. So the mother allegedly got this from falling on the street. I've never known someone to get black eyes from falling on the street or on the concrete. Doesn't make sense. You can get cuts, you can get bruises, you're not going to get a black eye from falling on the street. Sorry, not sorry. She never went to the doctor. I am just not buying it. And by the way, this is AB's video. I got to give credit where credit's due. That to me, you're just not going to get it from falling. You might get this from falling. You're not going to get this from falling. Sorry. Did the clerk at the store know if it was an older woman or a younger? You know what? It depends. It's a joint account, but only she used. But yeah, the husband and wife were both on it. But you just don't get that from falling. I'm sorry, but you just don't. Exactly. Nothing wrong with her nose because your nose would hit first. That's what I'm saying. Did he hurt anywhere else, though? Currently a swollen black eye. You had a busted lip and cuts on your nose. That makes sense. Look at her nose. Her nose is perfectly fine. There's not even a cut on her nose. Your nose is going to hit first. Hey, Dark Angel, which 2 candles did you order? I meant to ask you that yesterday. I'll let you know when they're going out. If they didn't go out already. Looks like she cut. That's what I'm saying. There's no way her nose does not get hit. There's just no way. All right. Something else I pulled from Facebook. Hold on. Thank you, JD. I've seen similar injuries for falls at the hospital. Depends on how you fall. Also depends person to person. She could have fallen sideways, try to break a fall, but still bounce it. But wouldn't you still have cuts on your side? Wouldn't you still have cuts somewhere? Oh, my little boo. All right. Where is... Oh. Okay, so now I see what you guys were discussing before, because the Daily Mail got it all wrong. The Daily Mail said, let me share it. So Daily Mail said it was a tarp and a poncho. Collier bought items including a rain poncho, paper towels, a refillable torch lighter, a tarp, and a red tote bag. Footage shows she was alone in a rented van when she arrived at the store. Cops say Collier appeared calm and not in fear of anything as she shopped in the store. She very well could have been calm. That doesn't mean anything, though. So they show the video. Victim appeared to be calm and not in fear. Oh, your order shipped? Okay. And thank you for the super chat. Chugga chugga choo choo. Yeah, you should get it in like 2 days. The victim appears to be calm and not in fear of anything, said the department. All video footage obtained from the store and surrounding businesses reflected the victim was alone in the van. All right. So then maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it had to be her. Come here. Minivan was discovered the next day at an entrance to... Yeah, I'm going to show all that too. That's weird. See, she looks big to me. And here's my other thing. Why does it do that? Here's my other thing. Why would a 59-year-old woman dress like this? I don't know. It just seems weird to me that a 59-year-old would dress like this.
You know you left the garage open.
What?
I said, you know you left.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
Can you shut it?
I did.
Thanks. It just seems odd for almost 60-year-old to dress like that. Yeah, you're right. They do all have red shirts on. Good catch. Look it down. Yeah, I guess her legs are too thin to be the daughter. Now that I look at it close. So get down, go. I don't know. It just seems like so she buys these items and less than 20 minutes later, she's sending a Venmo. Hey, Clarissa, that doesn't add up to me. That's a dude. Look at the size of hands and shoes. That's another thing I thought of. But the hair is definitely a blonde. She puts everything in the tote bag. Pays by credit card. Well, right there, that's how they confirmed that it was her. She paid by credit card. You think those are orthopedic shoes? Yeah, she was found naked. She looked at the purse, then went to her pocket to grab a credit card. But I don't know. I don't know. I wish it wouldn't do that. I don't care about all this. I just want to pause it. Oh, I know someone could have her card. I mean, I don't dress my age either, but still. No, it's definitely her hair. I mean, it's definitely a girl. I think it's definitely a girl. And she definitely had her purse. Dressing casual is fine, but her shirt is like too big. Could the daughter have a friend to have bought? No, that's possible too. I didn't think of that one. That's possible too. A third person. I never thought of that. Good one. Definitely could be a third person. Did the daughter have any friends that look like her? See, some people think the husband's involved. I don't think the husband's involved. All right. So officers found the unlocked car near an old logging road. Collier went into Family Dollar General, bought items including a poncho. Okay. So the distance between there and where the car was found, you got to say driving this takes at least 5 to 10 minutes. All right. We're just going to go 5 to 10 minutes. So if this is 5 to 10 minutes, she leaves the store at 2:55, or she was in the store at 2:55. You got to figure this is 5 to 10 minutes drive. So as soon as she gets back, she sends a Venmo? No, doesn't work that way. That's just not enough time. And then her body was found yards away from near a red tote and an uprooted tree. Next to the tree appeared to be the remains of a fire. There's the husband. See, it couldn't have been the daughter. The daughter's hair was long. Son-in-law. He's an MMA fighter. He's complained about being interrogated by the police. See, I don't know. Looking at him, this picture must be old. Her body was discovered a quarter of a mile away, so figure about 5 minutes. Police reported she was clinging to a small tree, was naked, and her body was charred. A red tote bag was nearby, as was a blue tarp. Both items she'd bought in Clayton. She was found lying next to an area of burnt leaves a few feet away from the uprooted tree has its roots. No one has been arrested yet for a brutal killing. Bearden has a history of lying to police and violent lovers. Her live-in MMA boyfriend, who says the pair have been interrogated over her mother's killing. Now, the police have taken phones. They have interrogated the daughter heavily, but the daughter has also lied. She has lied about a lot of different things. Now, when I saw this is the picture that I saw that I'm like, okay, that's not the daughter then. But that's not her then. But this picture kind of fits the person that we saw. Man, maybe not. So then the son has this message. It says, "It is with deepest sadness that I share my mother passed earlier this month. Thank you to those who have reached out and expressed love for my mother and my family. Below is what I have to share at this time." Oh, this something else I was going to show. "At this time, I'm writing to request and privacy during the darkest and most harrowing time for my family. I have been incredibly hurt and disturbed by some of the reporting and information shared regarding the investigation into my mother's death. I ask that all attention on this tragic story of my mother's death remain focused on aiding the police. It is not appropriate to approach myself or my family at their homes on our personal social media accounts. It is not appropriate to publish speculation about my family. There is no place for the court of public opinion in the pursuit of justice and for my mother, and the speculation continues to be traumatic and hurtful for my family during the most difficult time we have experienced. I will never be able to fully articulate the loss of my mother and what she meant to me. She was my longest source of love, support, and encouragement. My mother was a very vibrant and strong soul. She was a person who valued kindness, empathy, and understanding throughout her entire life. She went through life recognizing the beauty and grace in everything she saw and experienced around her. She enjoyed many aspects of life and knew that daily life was filled with joy and beauty. She spent her time enjoying and making art. She valued listening to, dancing, and singing along with her favorite music. My mother consumed herself with the holidays as her focus remained on family and the value of being together over a home-cooked meal. Each year, she would shower her family with thoughtful gifts and gestures to remind you of her constant presence and awareness of your life and your value to her. Most importantly, she always loved, cared, and respected her family. My mother was persistent in her love throughout my entire life, and I will persist until she is given the justice she deserves. Our lives have been irrevocably changed. Our grief is here and our pain is deep. Again, that is why I'm asking you to please respect our privacy while we learn to cope and adjust with our loss. Now, it has been said that the police don't believe it's a kidnapping and that they believe it's drug related. So here's my other thought. What if the kidnappers were holding her daughter? And I say that with a quote unquote, because that doesn't mean her daughter wasn't involved. They then told her to go purchase these items. And then when she got back, because she knew exactly where she was going, when she got back, they changed it. They let the daughter go and did her in. That was my other thought. But I still think the daughter's involved. If the daughter wasn't involved, she wouldn't be lying. So I'm pretty convinced that the daughter knows what happened. The daughter is involved, and she face planted the sidewalk. But I am pretty convinced that the daughter did it, or the daughter's involved. How could this not be a murder? Would she burn herself? See, I think it's hard to tell if she was under the duress. I think the Venmo is a red herring meant to make it look like a kidnapping, but didn't do enough to make cops think so. Not only that, Samantha, but why is my ear fucked up? But not only do I think the daughter's involved, but the daughter, whoever set this up was not the brightest person, because they sent the Venmo too quickly. You just got there. You just happen to drive to the woods. It doesn't make sense. You wouldn't just drive to the woods. You know what I'm saying? Like, that just doesn't add up. There's no reason why you would just drive to the woods 5 minutes afterwards, and you can't tie yourself to a tree. So anyone thinking that she could have done this to herself, it doesn't make sense. You can't burn yourself with a lighter. You can't kill yourself with a lighter, even a refillable lighter. Because remember, they didn't say she bought fluid. They just said a refillable lighter. And either she had to do it or they had to know her passcode. I agree with that. But the fact that her daughter was lying, why? Why would you say she left the purse at home unless she did leave a purse at home because you nabbed her out of the house? You know, one thing they didn't say is who'd she leave the house with? How did she get out of the house? How did she leave the house? Did she leave alone? Was she meeting her daughter and a boyfriend? Why wouldn't her daughter know where the key is? Why wouldn't the daughter just call her dad? Too many things don't add up. Hey, Kurt, just too many things don't add up. It doesn't make sense. Yeah, they say she was holding the tree, though. Yeah, she was probably stuck. They claim she was alone. They're saying that there's not enough, that no businesses in the area have any video footage of her leaving or being under duress or anything like that. You know, there was nobody in the car waiting. However, you don't leave a store and drive to the woods. and park your car right in the woods where you're going to be, unless you purposely were going back there to give these people or give somebody this stuff. My guess is she went to give her daughter and boyfriend the stuff. That's my guess. It is odd. That's what I'm saying. Get a disposable lighter. I think that's where the meth theory came in. Purse may have already been in the car. The lady doesn't pull the credit card out of the purse, pulls it out of her pocket. No, she's wearing the purse. You can see the purse. Look. She's wearing her purse. Oh, I fucking hate this. She's wearing her purse. She puts the items on the counter. Oh, yeah, you're right. That's a good catch. Oh, wait, no. Yeah. You're right. That was a good catch. I didn't even catch it before. She does not pull the purse out of the credit card out of her purse. She pulls it out of her pocket. I think this is a third person. That is a good catch. Sorry, Mitch. I didn't see that before. If you have your purse on you, why would you pull it from your... No, I don't think it's the mom either. I think that's a third person. Maybe wearing the clothes of the mom. Because even if you look, watch... Hold on. Look at the way, after she puts it on the counter, look at the way she pulls up her pants, like her clothes are too big. Watch. Right here. Right there. She's pulling it up like they're too big. I know they took the mom's clothes off. Maybe that's what the mom was wearing. Maybe that was the mom's clothes. You get bumpkins. Who's bumpkin? She brought lighters for candles. But think about that. Think about that. Maybe she bought, those were the mom's clothes. Whoever, I mean, she's bigger on top, but her legs are skinny. You know what? I'm going to grab a video from somewhere else because I can't stand that I can't pause it. Hold on. All right. Let's use... Home of Debbie Coller's daughter was searched by law enforcement. Yeah, look how thin her legs are. She's definitely heavier on top, though. Those are big shoes, though. And why wear a visor? Yep, doesn't go in the purse, goes in the pocket. You know what, though? You guys might not be off. Because she has, like, no chest. You think it's a wig attached to a visor? It's possible, because where's the boobs? She's got no boobs. There's no boobs. I don't know. All right, you know what I'm going to do? Hold on. Since there's no sound anyway. Do you think, like, when you watch it in slow motion, I know, I agree, Kate. It almost looks like they purposely lifted their face, but not enough. Hey, Rizzo's wife, you are the other candle winner. I couldn't think of your name. Yeah, I promise you guys you're going out tomorrow. I know I've been saying it for 2 weeks, but I promise. She doesn't really. You might be right, Gloria. I'm not saying no, but that is a big foot with a small ankle. I don't know, Cameron, but there's something odd about the phone as well. Back when her face is in the other door. Hold on. I just think she walks like a dude. Nah, I don't. If anyone wants to come up, I'm going to pin the link. See, but look how her arm is across her chest, almost like hiding it in a sense. Like her arm is across her chest. shoulder. I guess, I don't know. It's almost like she wants, or somebody wants to be seen. You know what I mean? No, I don't think it's her daughter. But I don't think it's her.
I call BS. Joined.
Hey, you want to stay on camera? Oh. Hey.
Hi.
What's up?
So what's going on? We're discussing how she, you know, when I first saw this video, I totally went with, yeah, that's her, you know? But
Yeah.
what really tipped me off, I watched it again and then I watched it again. And that something about the visor was really,
I don't know.
You know, and then the purse shouldn't be there, but it is. And then those black shoes and how big the feet are.
I don't know. Hold on. You're getting feedback. Since there's no sound anyway.
Oh, should I mute?
Yeah. Mute YouTube, not me. Speak. No, see, now I can't hear you. Just mute YouTube.
Almost looks like they purposely lifted their face, but not enough.
You got to, is that you? Hold on.
Okay, I muted that.
Yeah, you got to mute YouTube.
Okay, I'm new to this.
All right.
Okay, but now that I've seen it after watching your live, I see a man.
See, I never even thought it. I definitely thought of a third party. I never thought of a man. Ah, Rizzo's wife, thank you.
Neither did I until now. Now it's like her hair doesn't look like, because didn't she have bangs and roots?
Well, this picture definitely has roots. I mean, you can see this person has roots, and the face, I don't know. It's almost like they purposely lifted their face.
Yeah.
What?
I don't know.
And the way they're holding like this, and then they open. Hold on, I want to see something.
And what time was it?
This was at 2:55.
No, when she walked in the store, but the game was supposed to start at 4 o'clock, correct?
Was it 4? I thought it was later.
I thought it was 4. Maybe it was later. I don't know, but
Who was she going to the game with?
right. Was she alone? I want to know who she was with and who she was going to the game with, right?
I don't believe the game was even a thing. I think that was a lie.
This came out, this video. Fishy to me.
Hang on, I want to check something. I want to see something. All right. Look at, this is a tough call. That kind of looks like his leg and his build. Granted, he would have to dye his hair pretty quickly.
Or wear a wig. Under
Yeah,
that.
really look like a wig?
I think. I don't know. It looks like a freaking costume to me now. The more I see it, the more I just think like ridiculous. I don't know. I think it's more staged to me. Like she's going to a game. Who's she with? Who's she going to the game? And why is the husband, or was it her husband or ex-husband, calls her in as missing at what, 6 p.m.? Why would you call in your whoever, a grown adult, going to a game supposedly at 4 o'clock at 6 p.m.? That's ludicrous. You wouldn't do that, right?
No, I agree.
I mean, that doesn't make sense.
Also, why would you pull a credit card out of your pocket if you have a purse on you and you're hours away from your house?
You take it out so quick, too.
And the daughter had stated that she left the house with a credit card and something else. So the daughter knew about this credit card, which tells me that's why this person was so easily able to take it out, because she just took it right out of her purse. I mean, she took it right out of her pocket because that's what she'd given this person. Like, see, the upper half of this kind of looks like an older woman, but why is she holding her arm up? The daughter has a tattoo on her arm.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she has a tattoo on her in her arm. And if you go back to this and go back to the beginning, you can see where her arm is like there, it's like down.
Mm-hmm.
And then you could see it, she's holding it right here. She's like covering something. But I don't know.
I didn't know she had a tattoo there.
It just when you walk into a store, you don't go like this walking in. You know what I mean?
You prepare yourself to open the door with the handle, which would be the exact opposite of what she's doing.
Yeah, you know what? I don't think she has the visor on here. Yeah, but when would she put it on?
Ooh, doesn't look like it's in there.
She had to have had it on. Oh no, maybe she just put it on then. She just put it on. Actually, that's a good catch too. She put it on right as she was entering. I'm telling you, that's not either one of them. All right. See the way she's holding her arm in?
Yeah. Yeah.
But these legs are too skinny to be the daughter.
And look at the shoulder length compared to the head. That's 3 shoulder heads, or 3 heads from shoulder to shoulder. That's a man anatomy.
Yeah, but you don't think the girl behind the counter would know it's a guy?
Not necessarily. I mean, unless they spoke and like the voice was really deep, maybe that would cause attention. But I mean, other than that,
I agree, though. Why would you put it on entering the store? It doesn't make sense. You wouldn't put it on when you enter a store, and she did. She doesn't have the visor on, or somebody.
I think the face is too big on the bottom too. Wasn't she a smaller, like petite person? I thought.
Depends on what picture. Yeah, she just put that visor on, walking into the store. And then right there, in my opinion, she purposely looks half up, or he purposely looks half up, just to show the camera just enough. I don't know. I agree. Why would you put a visor on to go in the store?
I mean, it's just so weird. Do you think she's alone there?
Hold on. Gray Use called the girl who checked her out, and she didn't remember her at all. What? Like, I don't know. It's like she purposely wanted to stay there. There was a reason why they stayed right there. No, it's all optics. Look. Oh, well, no. This isn't a visor. This is part of a car. There's 1, 2, and 3. She does not have a visor on. There is no visor on.
So what do you think about the eyes she purchased?
I don't know. It's hard to tell. But wait, I think what you're seeing is the car. Winston! Nope. Right there is when she puts the visor on. And she purposely keeps her head down. She's got like chubby cheeks. I don't know.
I don't know either anymore.
Yeah, she
all I-
the door.
She didn't put herself down in that ravine and whatever woods. That doesn't make sense at all.
I don't know. I think somebody is wearing her clothes. I do. I think someone's wearing her clothes. So 255 is the store. She leaves. It takes a good couple of minutes to get where she's going, get out of the car, and then she Venmos a couple of minutes later. That doesn't add up. It just doesn't add up. It doesn't make sense.
So he had to get sent home. He was throwing up, and I was like, "Dude, I'm fine. This ain't that bad." I mean, it was really hot, but like he over exaggerated.
It just doesn't make sense.
His dad got so bad, and then I was at football practice. I had to take the shit.
Dylan joined.
Sitting in there, and I was like, "Oh man, this kid Jacoby, one of my teammates."
Dylan, I need to see your face. Oh, you may not have a camera.
It's like exactly what he said.
All right.
He was so he was too.
What's up, Dylan?
Not a whole lot. Just one thing I did notice when she did whoever who usually reaches for their back pocket for a wallet.
I agree. I totally agree.
Am I echoing?
I don't know if that. I don't think it's you.
Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't you. I called BS. I muted you. All right. Dylan?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, it wasn't you echoing.
Okay.
But I mean, I could watch this video over and over and over, and I don't know. Oh my God, guys. All right. I don't know. Like the stand could be a guy or a girl.
I'm leaning towards guy. Just
Are you?
simply because you reach for the back for a wallet.
Well, I can see a girl putting it in their pocket if
She doesn't have the purse.
they didn't have the purse. Exactly. Being that she has a purse, it makes no sense. She would put it in her back pocket. Unless it was a third party person who, yeah, but you know why that doesn't work? The big W, because she didn't even put it back in her purse. She put it back in her pocket. So if you got gas or something and you put it in your pocket, okay, but you would put it back in your purse. And I believe the credit card had to be hers because the cops got the signature. You know, that's one thing the cops would have had, unless she was getting gas. Yeah,
Dylan
you would,
joined.
but you would put it back in your purse. Hey, Dylan.
There we go.
All right, let me
Hey.
exit the other one. Okay. Ah, what happened? Oh, Dylan, come back. I messed up. Come back. I just booted him. I didn't mean to. Come back. Come back. I thought he did like 2 streams. Oh, I can unmute you. I thought he did 2 streams. So I was like Xing the other one and then they both left. Come back. Come back. Yeah, you would put it back in your purse. Like even if you put it in your pocket elsewhere, you would put it back in your purse. Hey, sorry about that.
There we go. Now I got it figured out.
What's up?
Yeah, for some reason my OBS was being weird.
That's okay. I know the feeling. So what are your thoughts?
This was this on the Saturday?
This was, yeah, I believe so.
Okay, so yeah, it was the game against Sanford. So it was about 4 o'clock when it would have kicked off,
Okay.
and this was outside of Athens.
Yes. No, this was in Colton, I think.
Okay,
It was Colton, right?
Clayton.
Clayton. Okay. Yeah, it was Clayton, which is like an hour or so from our house.
that would
Wow.
be pushing it if you're cooking for a game, especially no kind of pregame party.
Yeah, she wrote, they are not going to let me go. They're not going to let me go, love you. There is a key to the house in the blue flower pot by the door. See, Law and Crime said it was 2,400, but it wasn't. It was some weird number, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was 2,385.
I wonder why Law and Crime wrote 2,400.
Yeah, I'm looking at the numbers that they put because it's funny how they only put certain things like grabbing a small tree with her right hand. I mean, I don't know why they put that small detail in there, but
Okay, the Family Dollar store is 13 miles away from where she was found. So 13 miles takes you about 10 minutes to drive. So the timeline shows from 2:55 she was in the store to 3:17 where she sent the video, and it's 10-minute drive. Got to get in and out of the car. So the second she got back, she would have sent that. That's a murder right there. Because if you connect the dots, there's no way that she could have possibly known they weren't going to let her go within 9 minutes. She was just on her own. That's not even possible. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you just had all this time.
It was premeditated for sure.
Oh, absolutely. But I'm saying that you just left a store where you were perfectly fine to run away.
Exactly. She said,
You-
you know,
Yeah, you drive 10 minutes and in 9 minutes you're sending a text message? No way.
and that's why it's got personal, because why would she go to that spot and why would she pull over for a stranger? Nobody's gonna pull over in that spot, put themselves in the woods for someone they don't know.
Hey, Phoenix, can you grab my drink on the counter if Dayton didn't drink it? Okay. New video shows of buying items from a store. All right. Items that were found. Thank you. Oh, wow. You didn't drink it. Next to a naked burned body. I talked to a clerk who checked her out 13 miles from crime scene. A new timeline in the bizarre mystery.
Last people to see Athens mom Debbie Collier alive, the store clerk who helped her, and it's all on video.
Tracking Hurricane Ian as it bears.
That's it? That was the big catch? All righty. That wasn't too much. Stop off to pay daughter's drug department. They stripped her. I think, I don't know. I think they stripped her previously. I don't think that was her. I think someone took her clothes. They stripped her. They took her clothes. They took her credit card. They set this up. And then they went and got it. And then they used the items. Like, she was already tied up. She was already getting ready to die. But they didn't have any way to do it. Like, whatever items they were using didn't work. So now they needed to go to the store and purchase the items they needed to kill her. And in order to do that, they took her clothes, they undressed her, they took her clothes, took the person who matched what looked like her to begin with, and then we saw what happened. That's kind of my theory.
Huh. Well, that could very well be.
Lex, we just saw what she bought at the store. What do you mean? We do know what she bought at the store. She bought a tarp. She bought paper towels. She bought a refillable lighter. Why did they kill her? That I don't know. Is there a code embedded? See, everyone talks about that. When I've sent Venmo, I just sent it. That is definitely daughter's boyfriend in store. I have a picture of his legs. You really think so?
I want to see the picture of his legs because I feel like the boyfriend's involved.
I had it pulled up.
Continue, Alex. I'm on the phone.
Oh, tell Ali I'm talking on the phone.
Guys, shut my door if you're gonna talk in here. Let's see. Where's that video?
Anyone want recording on the air? Shh, tell me.
Oh, Prime. All right.
I think it's a third party, and they used her clothes to throw off the potential height and weight of whoever actually went in.
That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. That to me makes sense. You can't tell if that's his legs.
Because it's a bad angle.
I know. I don't know if there's another one.
You'd have to go by length, I suppose.
I don't know.
me to.
But the body type kind of matches.
Yeah.
But I think his arms are too manly as compared to.
Arms are pretty big on him.
Is there a Venmo limit? I don't know if there's a limit on Venmo.
I'm pretty sure you can go over $2,400.
I know. I don't think there's a video of him walking. What'd you say, Dylan?
I'm pretty sure you can go over $2,400.
Can go over what?
That $2,400. I'm pretty sure you can
Oh.
go over that if there's a limit.
I can look. Hold on. $7,000. If you have completed identity verification, it's possible to send up to $60,000 per week on Venmo. Anyone want to send me $60,000 a week on Venmo? I'm all for it. However, your transaction may be declined for other reasons. Venmo, MasterCard, debit transactions are subject to additional limits. Maximum spending is $7,000. If your identity is not confirmed, you can't send more than $1,000 per week. So she must have been confirmed.
Right. So who confirmed it?
Yeah, you can send $5,000 per week. But I guess it also depends on your bank. But she stands with her feet out like a man.
Yeah, like duck stance, like.
Find it back.
I don't know. What are you guys' thoughts?
I mean, I think it's a third-party guy.
Okay.
I mean, grabs for the back pocket, and they have a purse. I mean, whoever the dude was, he definitely skipped leg day.
Did she have a boyfriend? Was she cheating? Mom?
Didn't she have a boyfriend? The boyfriend wrote a threatening note to her. Am I wrong? Right? Anybody hear that?
Well, hold on one second.
Written a note to her like a day before it happened or something, and it was a marker. And
I get a question. This is where I get confused. Because then I saw this picture. This is not the same daughter as the one we just showed. But it is.
What?
That's why I got confused when everyone's saying it's possibly a daughter, because I saw the other picture. But isn't this the same daughter? Or was this a picture from years ago?
It must be.
Violation last week. Andrew Giegerick, the boyfriend of Debbie Collier's daughter Amanda Bearden,
Yeah, but meth wouldn't make you 500 pounds heavier.
had his probation revoked and was ordered to show proof of substance abuse treatment last week. Exclusive Georgia authorities served a search warrant at the home of murdered office manager Debbie Collier's daughter, which she shares with a boyfriend who has a history of domestic violence charges, days after finding her body down an embankment alongside a rural highway, documents reveal. Collier's husband, Stephen Collier, and daughter 36-year-old Amanda Bearden.
See, I don't know how old this is, though, because this is not the same body type as that woman walking in the store. And her hair is dark, but this could be 15 years old.
Reported her mother missing on September 10th after police said she sent her daughter a payment of $2,385 over the Venmo app with a cryptic message reading, "They are not going to let me go love you. There is a key to the house."
Can I email? Yeah, you can, Brittany, and thank you. It's perplexqt@gmail.
In the blue flower pot by the door. On September 14th, investigators arrived at Bearden's home with a search warrant. Her boyfriend, Andrew Giger, was jailed
Whoa.
for 6 days last.
Wow.
What was the warrant for?
Drugs, I think. Warrant of his home for murder. Wait. Authorities served a search warrant at the home of murdered office manager Deborah Collier's daughter, which she shares with a boyfriend who has a history of domestic. Yeah, that they served a warrant, a search warrant for finding out evidence.
Well, they must have had probable cause to think of them as a reason to get a warrant. You have to have probable cause to get a warrant. You can't just.
Well, a search warrant, not an arrest warrant, a search warrant.
Yeah, I know.
To search the home, but that's probably because she sent the money.
She must be in there.
Last week on a probation violation in order to show proof of substance abuse treatment within 20 days, court records show. He has since been released and was spotted at the home after he got out on Thursday. He was arrested last June for an active warrant after police responded to Bearden's home for a domestic violence call. 3 months later, police arrested him again for violating an order of protection, beating on her door, and disorderly conduct. Records on the Clark County Court website show that this year alone Giger pleaded guilty to driving under the influence of drugs, and just last week was sent to jail for 6 days. He has active cases pending and in January pleaded guilty to 6 counts in connection with the June 2021 attack on Bearden, for which he was placed on probation. On the September 12th visit to the couple's home, responding officers ran.
Wait, hold up. So he was charged about beating up Amanda in June of 20? That's when the mom allegedly hit the floor in June of 20. So that tells me that mom probably got in the middle of the fight and got hit and didn't want to say anything.
Right.
And 3 other individuals' names through the National Crime Information Center, police logs obtained by Fox News Digital show. It was one of several warrants served in connection with the investigation, but authorities have revealed few details and declined to release copies of the warrants, citing the active investigation. Bearden has a long record of incidents in Georgia, stretching back more than.
All right. Defendant's probation is revoked. Defendant is required to serve 6 days in Clark County Jail with credit time served, after which time a defendant is continued probation, must show proof of substance abuse treatment within 20 days. That was on September 16th of 2022. So this was after mom died. Yeah. This was September 19th, 2022. But he still had 20 more days to show that he was in treatment, which means he was in active addiction. Sounds like it.
Yeah.
All right. So let's piece this together. On September 16th, he was required to do 6 days. She was found on September 10th. He busted his probation, which tells me he dropped it dirty. And they totally forgot that the mom's dead. I don't know.
Than a decade, and has been accused of making false claims to police and is both the victim and alleged aggressor in domestic violence calls. The cases involve a string of different men stretching back to at least 2008. Last May, she was charged with filing a false report of a crime in connection with an incident.
That's the daughter they're talking about was filed.
Involving Giger, who was charged and later pleaded guilty to criminal trespass, battery, and property damage, court records show. The Habersham County Sheriff's Office, which is handling the investigation, has not publicly named any persons of interest or suspects in the case. The department's public information officer did not respond to requests or comment on Friday. The New York Post reported earlier this week that the night before Collier went missing, a neighbor heard shouting and screaming coming from her home.
All right, September 12th visits a couple's home. Responding officers ran 3 other individuals' names to the National Crime Information police logs. It was one of several warrants served in connection with the investigation, but authorities have revealed few details and declined to release copies of the warrants.
The neighbor told the paper that the commotion involved a younger woman and that somebody comes up to visit on the weekends and in the evenings, and there's loud screaming and fighting. After the Athens, Clark County Police Department received a missing person report for Collier on September 10th. The neighboring police agency in Habersham located Collier's rental vehicle alongside Georgia Route 15 via Sirius XM satellite radio. Local authorities searched the area with a canine and found Collier dead at the bottom of a...
That was another thing. There was a big fight prior to the night before where it seems that the two of them were fighting, mom and daughter, but that was from the neighbors. They didn't really say who was fighting. They just said people were fighting.
An embankment, stripped naked with charring on her abdomen. They found her on her back, clutching at a small tree with her right hand. Anyone with information on Collier's case is asked to contact Habersham Sheriff's investigators Cale Garrison or George Casson at 706-839-0559 or 706-839-0560, respectively. Debbie Collier.
Now I'm going to show you where she was found.
I think
Could that fight have been the mom catching him doing drugs again and finally, you know what, out, get out, and then the daughter and boyfriend snapped?
Yeah.
What was that?
Could that fight that happened the day before be mom walked in on them doing drugs and finally
don't know,
get out?
Burden of proof on burned. All right. So that's the blue tarp. This is where she was found. Probably, oh no, not in slow mode. Blue gloves. Crime tape. Like, she walked here by herself? No way.
she had a bad back too.
So this is the walk from her car to the woods, to where she was found. And this looks like drone footage. And all this was done within a couple of minutes because she sent the Venmo. That's why it just doesn't add up. It's like too far of a walk.
I mean, 13 miles. It's going to take 10 to 15 minutes to get there.
Yep.
On top of that, you're walking through non-ideal terrain.
Like, whoever did this was not smart about it, or they would have timed it out better.
Yeah, I think there's something weird with the time. Is it something is wrong with the time?
But they would have timed this out better. Like, they wouldn't have sent that Venmo that quickly. Because they're saying,
right.
The Venmo said, they're not going to let me go. She wouldn't have had enough time to know that.
Right.
There just wasn't enough time for her to know that. I don't know. We don't know if she was dead before they buried her. But I don't I'm telling you, I think she was already caught up, tied up. That wasn't her in the store. And as soon as they got back is when that Venmo was sent. As soon as they knew everything was okay, that's when that Venmo was sent. Because it took let's say 10 to 15 minutes to get back to the spot. Then she had to walk. She didn't have enough time to even know they weren't going to let her go.
So, what do you think? Why do you think the fire came in play?
Why do I think what?
There was like they burnt her. I don't. That's got me stuck.
Think they're not the brightest bananas, and because they weren't the brightest bulbs in the bunch, maybe they thought that they could just burn a body, and that's why they tried burning her. Yeah, you could burn for DNA evidence. That's true too.
I don't know.
But that's right there is where it happened. Because you could see the burn. But this looks like it was almost like dug.
It's weird.
Yeah, this is all burned. I think that they really thought that they could just burn a body with paper towels and.
Really?
I do. If
That's
you're high enough, you might think it would work.
Oh, God.
No, she wasn't essayed.
She was humiliated.
Oh, absolutely. She wasn't buried.
Which makes it so personal to me. It makes it like I just really feel like it's the boyfriend and the daughter.
Oh, I think the daughter. I don't know. The daughter's definitely behind this.
I mean, daughter and boyfriend, maybe one other person, and there's pretty much drug money and revenge. Because the day before, mom caught him doing drugs. That's the final straw. Get out, and the daughter and boyfriend snap.
And when you're on drugs like they weren't they on, I don't know what they were on. Was it meth or heroin?
Depends what drugs.
I mean, they can pretty easily snap.
But the timeline alone, she just wouldn't have had enough time from the time she left the store to sending the Venmo, walking back here. There just wasn't enough time. She had to have been here prior. And when the person got back from the store, when they thought everything was good, that's when they sent the Venmo. Now, the cops will be able to prove when she was burned, if she was burned after that, if she was burned before that. Yeah, I can pull the warrant back up, but that didn't have anything to do with this.
Yeah,
the warrant that I showed wasn't the search warrant. Yeah, I agree though. They knew the area.
And when they interviewed the daughter, the crocodile tear interview, to me that just the interview with the daughter of her, crying crocodile tears. I just thought it looked like somebody that had just been caught and was scared.
No, I agree. Key still bothers me. I believe it's the daughter and daughter's boyfriend. The house wasn't ransacked, and the killer knew where the house key was. Well, the daughter knew where the house key was. Yeah. For you to get from there all the way down and leave your car there, no. You just leave your car out in plain sight. If there was a random person, they would have taken the car. They would have tried to hide the car. Now, are those cop blue gloves, or was that blue gloves of the people? Were the killers? She was nude.
I'm guessing it was the gloves of the cops. This feels somewhat spur of the moment, but also premeditated.
You think the cops left the gloves?
Well, those blue gloves that were there, I think those were the cops. I don't see these people being smart enough to wear gloves.
Why would
Which
the
is right.
cops need gloves though? I don't know. Are they really that sloppy?
What is
Could be.
Like they wanted this car to be found. Nobody tried to hide the car. Like they wanted her to be found, or they wouldn't have left the car right there.
Yeah.
Someone that's killing you in the woods doesn't want you to be found. You know what I mean? They're going to hide the car at least. They're not going to just leave it out in the open for you to be found.
I mean, it could be the fact that maybe the mom wanted or the daughter wanted to hide, but the boyfriend being the big UFC fighter, look what I did. It's right over here by the car.
No, I think they wanted the mom to be found.
Yeah.
This sounds like a couple addicts coming down with a brilliant plan, a brilliant scheme when they're desperate. And this is just their brilliant.
But why only 2,000? That's not going to get you a lot.
I think 2,000 to them is enough. Or that's all she had.
I mean, it would be enough to get them for what they need for now.
True. I guess it also depends what drugs they were on.
It does.
Man, that cop is prego.
Oh my God.
Pop any minute.
Yes. Oh boy.
I'm guessing twins.
Man, don't these people use umbrellas?
Well, I mean, if you're gonna stand out in the rain, at least wear a hat. It kind of looks cooler with the rain dripping off the bill.
Exactly. Damn, look at that traffic. I don't know. What are your thoughts after watching that?
It's bizarre.
It's very bizarre.
I definitely don't think it's random.
No, there's no way it's random. It's absolutely not random.
In the nature of which it was done, yeah, it's bizarre, but the reasoning, get the drug money, get the fix right here, right now. On top of that, kind of they want to show off what they did.
I think a lot of it has to do, the bizarreness I think has to do with the drugs they were on and how much they were on and the desperation they must have been in to concoct such a horrendous scheme, you know, but it's not random and I feel like it's really personal. And I don't think the daughter would have that type of hate towards the mother to be able to follow through with such a crime towards her mother. I think that's why the boyfriend has to be involved, or a third person, because I don't think the daughter actually did it. I think that maybe she was involved some way, but I don't think she could follow through with that.
All right, this is kind of weird. So I just pulled up the Sun. Hold on. Not that they're all credible, but they're comparing this to Gabby Petito.
How so?
I don't know. 9 minutes ago, 39 minutes ago, Clue and Collier case eerily similar to Gabby Petito.
Whoa.
The meaning of the hand signal is similar to the one that investigators hypothesized Gabby Petito had employed as a call for assistance. Followers of the case compare Collier case to Gabby Petito via Twitter. That's kind of wild. There's a video. What? Updated September 28th. It's only 9:27. I guess it's East Coast. An eerie text message reportedly sent by missing mother Debbie Collier just before she was discovered dead was much more ominous than a need for assistance. On September 10th, Deborah Collier is believed to have sent her daughter Amanda Bearden more than $2,000 via Venmo while texting, "They're not going to let me go." While the message appeared to have come from a kidnap victim, crime scene profiler Jason Jensen told the U.S. Sun that this may not be the case. The text message included a reference to a key underneath a flower pot. Jensen thinks the person who sent the text was aware of the key, and it might, well, we all said that. On September 11th, Collier's body was discovered. No suspect has been identified or charged in connection with the disappearance or death. According to police obtained the U.S. Sun, authorities determined there was no proof she had been kidnapped. "They're not going to let me go." Chilling final text, Debbie Collier, missing mother, was discovered dead in a ravine. Disturbing report shows Deborah Collier's body was found in a Georgia county one day after she wired her daughter 2385 with the message, "You're not going to let me go, love you." Just now, Brian Laundrie took his own life. His remains a message accusing him. Later, Laundrie's parents were sued. It's part of a dream trip to making a journey. Her future husband was listed person of interest. All right. Debbie shared a Facebook article on aiding victims of domestic violence in November of 2020. The 2015 post, two women were shown with a black dot on the palm of their hands. It read, "The black dot on the hand lets professionals know you're a really vulnerable domestic violence survivor and that you need help, but you can't ask because your abuser is watching your every move." That's good to know.
That's not true.
Oh, it's not true? All right.
Not that I know. I thought it was the signal of this.
In 24 hours, the campaign had reached over 6,000 people worldwide and was already helped 6 women. I guess it is true. Please spread the campaign and post a picture of your hand with a black dot to show your support to all survivors of domestic violence. The meaning of the hand signal is similar to the one that investigators hypothesized Gabby Petito had employed as a call for assistance just before she died. That's interesting. One user been up putting in research time on the Debbie Collier case in Georgia. Things like this and the Gabby Petito case hit me hard. They are a priority to me and feel personal. I hate evil, and my best friend was murdered in 2004. Been putting in time of research. Just said that. Neighbor claims there was commotion from Athens property. Night before Kyle at 59 vanished. Okay, we know that already. Husband. All right, these are all older. The hand signal was made up by someone on YouTube and was never proven Gabby even knew about a hand signal. Gabby's mom has even said that. All right, thank you. Yep. Carla's daughter started screaming when car was found. She arrived after cops found the vehicle. She was given a general idea of the last ping located by the Athens police. According to the Habershon, began yelling that the car was her mother's. Investigators were informed by Bearden that her mother had no history of mental illness, suicidal thoughts. I don't know why they would have thought it was a suicide. Nobody burns themselves in a suicide. Nowhere to be found prior to discovery.
It's incredibly rare.
Steve Carla's seen wife's car. We know about Jeffrey. I don't think the son was involved. Carla was calm during Family Dollar visit. Carla was found a quarter mile off the road. How does it take to walk a quarter of a mile? About 10 minutes?
I'd say 10.
All right, so let's think about this. 17 minutes after she left the store, or it didn't, no, she was in the store. So figure it took her a couple of minutes in the store. At least 5 or 10 minutes in a store.
I thought she left at 3:09.
So we're at 2:55 that she's in the store. So she may have left around 3:05, and that's not even giving her time. But 3:05, she leaves the store. Takes about 10 to 15 minutes to drive to where she was. Now you're at 3:20, but yet she sent this alleged text at 3:17. There is absolutely no way that she sent that text because it takes you 5 to 10 minutes to walk to where she was. So they didn't even have her allegedly at that time. There's absolutely no way that was her at the store. There's just no way. And if it was her at the store, then they had already had her phone and she sent it. Yeah, there's just no way. Like impossible. She wouldn't have had the time.
No.
Yeah, it was be impossible. She just wouldn't have had the time at all. But I want to hear the interview with the daughter.
Yeah.
Okay, she was a front office manager at Carriage House Realty.
I don't know. I could almost see that Venmo kind of being sort of like a kind of like a Zodiac killer kind of thing, like they're sending the Venmo knowing it's going to get seen, and they're not going to let me go. Blah 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 blah. They send it to themselves, and they just kind of use it as almost like a victory call, sort of
possible,
thing, or just a sick way of teasing everybody.
She left house with only debit card and driver's license, according to the daughter, but she used a phone to send daughter money. Didn't call 911. Kidnappers let her send money to text and daughter. Yeah, that's what I said. Something's very off. I'm just reading this. I'll show you guys what I'm reading. There's from the body over the weekend. What I was reading was this, and I totally agree with that. They're not going to allow you to use your phone to text your daughter. She got charged in 08 and 12 with battery, simple battery, disorderly conduct, criminal trespass. She pleaded guilty to disorderly conduct. The rest of the charges were dropped in November. She was sentenced 12 months probation, which she broke in 13 by attempting to provide a fraudulent sample during a drug test. See, but nowhere does it say what drug she's on, which makes the difference. This isn't like a heroin act. This is like a meth act.
That's what I'm saying. It makes a difference. Because I don't see a strung out heroin addict doing all this. No.
What? See,
They get sick.
No, not at you. But this is why I have a hard time with professionals. Her murder, according to a criminal profiler and psychotherapist with experience interviewing serial killers, shows signs of a possible repeat sex offender, but could also be the work of a budding serial killer. What? I totally disagree with that. And I don't believe that someone said that. I think that's bullshit.
Olivia Nile joined.
Hey, Olivia.
Hey.
Welcome.
Thank you.
What do you got
I
to
don't have
offer?
an echo, do I?
No, it's every time someone talks, I call BS has a echo, so then I just mute them. And then it's all right.
Okay.
So what's shaking? What do you got to add?
So I had a potential theory about the whole her taking the credit card out of her pocket at the store.
Okay.
And what I was thinking is maybe, well, this would be really idiotic if it were the daughter or the boyfriend, if let's say the daughter used her own purse to go into the store, but because the daughter said the mom only left the house with her license and credit card, so the daughter could have had that in her pocket and her own wallet in her purse. So if she went to her own purse to pull her wallet out to pay for whatever she was getting, then it would be her own credit card, which would obviously be a problem if she's trying to impersonate her mom at the store, right?
So you think that was her daughter in the store?
I don't know. I'm just trying to make it make sense.
I hear you. So her daughter's hair is long, though.
Yeah, that would be the only problem with, I mean, she could be wearing a wig, obviously, but
my problem is the legs don't match at all.
It could also be the boyfriend. I mean, the build doesn't really look like the daughter.
I don't know.
It looks more like the boyfriend, but I think there's a third party.
You think so?
Yeah,
You think what?
I think there's a third person involved.
I think so too, but I do think it was probably her clothes, and they put on her clothes, and you're right about the purse. Could be someone else's purse, but definitely put on her clothes. That I do believe. I don't know. I'm looking at pictures, and I'm like, I don't know.
The other thing that's really bizarre is that the area where the car was located and where her body was found is like right around the corner from I believe it's an all-male rehab facility, which happens to also be the same rehab facility. I believe that they send people who like break their, I know that the boyfriend had just gotten arrested for something and had to go back to rehab, I think. I don't know if it's a place that he's been before, but there's probably a good chance there is. And that might explain why she drove, an hour to the middle of nowhere. And I think it's also on the way to where the game was as well. But the rehab center being like right around the corner, it just seems just too coincidental,
I agree. All right, so take a look at this, guys. I think he's too small to be that person. Definitely not him. And she has tattoos on her arm, so it wasn't her. She has tattoo on the outside. I thought her tattoo was on the inside. Her tattoo's on the outside, so it definitely wasn't her.
Yeah, it's tough to hide.
I agree. But if it was on the inside, it was easier to see. But I don't understand how you're on all these drugs and you gain so much weight. And I think he's too small. I don't know.
The timing of everything is just is really weird, because between the time when she left the dollar store and the time that the Venmo was sent, it leaves like 10 minutes between, I guess. Well, that's assuming if she immediately went to the place where the car was left and then was brought out to the woods immediately after sending the Venmo.
No, actually it wasn't, because if she was in the store at 2:55, then she leaves the store. It's had to take her 5 or 10 minutes, but she then leaves the store. For her to get to where she was going was 17 miles. So you figure that's 12 to 15 minutes. So the text was sent at 3:17. So you only have 23 minutes according to the timeline.
I think that might be wrong, because Gray
Oh,
Hughes
really?
he did maps last night, and
Okay.
he said it was doable, the distance between the dollar store and where the car ended up. It left a little bit of time, I believe.
How long?
Like 10 minutes, if that.
Okay, so even 10 minutes though. She left the store. Where'd you get that she left the store at 3:09?
Didn't you just say that?
Someone just said she left the store at 3:09. I haven't heard that. I just know the
I think that when they released the CCTV footage, I think that they stated that in the article.
Okay. So she
That
left
sounds right.
at
And
3:09.
I guess that's what law enforcement said.
Okay. So she left the store at 3:09 and she sent the Venmo at 3:17, and it takes 10 minutes to drive.
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't make sense.
No, that's impossible.
Mm-hmm.
Because 3:09 drive 10 minutes, it's 3:19. They got the text at 3:17. That's impossible. Absolutely impossible. She would have still been driving. I thought of that too. The daughter and boyfriend could owe dealer, but why would a dealer want to make the mom naked? What were they trying to make it look like a rape? That doesn't make sense either. That one I haven't figured out either. Why would they do that and make her naked? That's like, you're a 60-year-old woman. That would be embarrassing. That's why I think a lot of people saying it's personal, or it seems personal, which I kind of agree with.
And the hand around the tree, the tree or whatever, that's also very weird.
I agree. I just think he's too small.
and that's even in his MMA days. So now he'd be even smaller.
It's true too.
You know what else is weird? She didn't seem to be in a rush when she was in the dollar store because
No.
she got there 2:55. She was in there for like 15 minutes. You'd think if she were going in there like with a set list of things that she had to get, that it
Agree.
would be in and out. And if it were somebody else disguised as her, they probably wouldn't want to be, dilly-dallying, taking their time. So,
But Tony, they think she died at 3:09, but she didn't leave the store till 3:09. So how would she die at 3:09 if that was allegedly her in the store?
well, it doesn't necessarily mean she died at 3:09.
No, Tony said that
Sorry.
believed that she died at 3:09.
Huh.
That doesn't make sense.
Mm-mm.
Hired someone and the Venmo money was to pay the hitman. Yeah, I don't think they would waste money on a hitman. They need money for drugs. They're not going to waste it on a hitman. No point in killing someone for a hitman.
And for $2,000, you're not getting a good one.
The Venmo was sent by the killer to make daughter look guilty? Nah. Venmo was sent as a way to make the daughter look innocent, not guilty. That rain. All right, this is what we watched. So this is where a car was parked. And it took her at least 2 minutes to walk back there. Oh, so the paper said that she was killed at 3:09. So then that wasn't her in the store.
It says she was killed at 3:09 in the paper?
Tony, where can I find that?
Sorry, I should probably look at the chat.
Well, the police would know what minute she died. Police can tell that, or a coroner can tell that.
Yeah, I just doubt they would release the time of death before cause of death.
That's true too. Heard they have pictures of her outside the store. No, only walking in. She was not killed at 3:09. She left the store at that time. The autopsy reports aren't even public yet. That's what I thought.
They do have Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was saying hi to someone. What were you going to say?
They do have CCTV footage of her outside of the store, and that's how they were able to confirm that she was seen alone in her car. That obviously, doesn't mean that someone wasn't on in the footwell or whatever, but they haven't released that footage though.
And they also said businesses in the area have the businesses in the area are all their cameras show that she was alone. There was nobody in there. All right, they're saying yes. It says 3:09 if you look it up on Google. I don't think they released it though. Like for her to walk all this way, the timeline just isn't there. She had to, I'm telling you, she was already naked. They took her clothes. They went to the store to cover it up. They had her credit card in her pocket.
Well, I'm out of here. I think you're right. I think you're onto something. I think you're.
But thank you for coming up.
Thank you for having me. Have a good night.
Anytime. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Okay. And they said she left her purse at home. Okay, so who was the person in the store with a purse?
I'm wondering if that purse was in fact Debbie's, or the person, like the person who was disguised as Debbie's, and they didn't think that part through. I don't know, but
I don't think it was Debbie's. I think, well, then again, she wouldn't have left the house without a purse. Well, she might have, but not if she was driving. She would have the rental car. So that's the tree. That's why they highlighted it. Did they cut the tree down? Like,
somebody wasn't a Boy Scout.
Yeah, because I'm thinking maybe they cut it so they knew where they were going.
No, but I'm saying if they were trying to start a fire with a fresh tree,
That's
not very
true.
bright.
It is fresh. I'm telling you, they thought they could burn her.
I'm not laughing at that.
I'm laughing at their stupidity.
Yeah.
Schwartz joined.
Hey, Samantha.
Hi, I'm going to turn my camera off, but I just wanted to say I just saw this. There's a Daily Beast.
Oh, we lost your sound.
Oh,
there you are.
Did you get me? Okay. There's a Daily Beast article that says that the police said on Wednesday last week that they had gotten information over the weekend that the daughter was actually at that same dollar store the mom was at the same day.
I heard
that that they think that the mom was there alone. And then the other thing was like the whole timeline thing. What I've seen is because authorities believe that that's the mom on the video, that they said she could have been killed anytime from 3:09 until sometime before her body was found the next day.
Wait, repeat that one more time.
So according to the police, because they believe that that's her on the video,
okay,
they say that the window where she could have been killed was actually between 3:09 and the next day sometime before her body was found. Which makes absolutely no sense with any of it because, I mean, it just doesn't. So she would have sent that. And, if she wasn't kidnapped, then how could she have been killed the next day, right? Like, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I agree. It doesn't make sense. Oh, yeah. Habersham Sheriff's Office announced Collier's time of death was between 3:09 p.m. on the 10th and 12:44 on the 11th. Yeah, because that's when she left the store.
Right.
3:09.
So that works, I suppose, if you believe that's her at the store, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't buy it.
I don't think that was her at the store.
And keep in mind as well, on that same day, at 5 p.m., one of the police officers in that jurisdiction spotted the vehicle parked on the side of the road where it was ultimately found. So that leaves a window between, I think, 3:09 p.m. and 5 p.m., presumably when something went down, because that police officer, if I'm not mistaken, I believe he got out and checked the vehicle and he said it was unlocked. So you would have to assume he would have noticed if there was a person in the car. So that was at 5 p.m. that same day.
Do you think maybe they came back to?
That's what I've been starting to think lately. I'm wondering, but I don't know, because they called her in as missing, like at around 6 p.m. that day. So there's going to be they're going to be under a spotlight like after 6 p.m. until she's found. So that would be really reckless.
I just don't get the blue gloves everywhere and broken crime tape. That's just not like cops to just throw that stuff on the floor.
It does seem weird, but I also don't think that it would have been whoever killed her, because then, you're leaving gloves that have your DNA inside of them. You know what I mean? So I think it was cops, and it's just like they sloppily left it afterwards, which is really strange.
That's a different... Is that a different case? Yeah, the murdered footballer. I was going to say, this is a different case. There's so many cases.
And I just realized another thing that would make the Venmo thing even more odd. For them to get the money right now, there would be a pretty hefty fee to get the money right then and there. Otherwise, you have to wait like 2 to 3 business days or something like that to actually get the money into your bank account.
Well, some people have been wondering if the reason for the odd Venmo amount is because of the Venmo transfer fee for the instant transfer. But I don't think that makes sense, because wouldn't the Venmo amount that she was sent from her mom show the amount before that fee is taken out?
Well, the Venmo amount is what was sent from the mom's account to hers. That's the total. It's not what was withdrawn from the daughter. So
yeah, that's what I thought.
There wouldn't be a fee until she actually withdraws it.
Oh, really?
There's no. No, I don't know that she withdrew it. I'm just saying there wouldn't be any fee attached to that transaction at all from Venmo until whoever receives it withdraws it. Unless you have they don't do the business account anymore, but anyway, yeah, there wouldn't be a fee. So that was the total dollar amount that she sent, that odd dollar amount, the $23.85 or whatever. Some people had said originally it was all of the money in the mom's bank account, but that's not true either. There was like $10.10 left in her bank account after that or something.
Oh, but that's interesting, because that suggests the person knows how potentially money was in the account.
Exactly.
Huh.
See, but here's the other thing. The daughter got the text at 3:17, but didn't report it until 6?
Supposedly she didn't even check with her stepdad, because that's not her dad, it's her stepdad, until like after 5 o'clock. And the dad had not seen the mom, his wife, since 9 o'clock the night before when she went to bed. He left in the morning to go to work, and her rental car was still in the driveway. So he assumed she was still sleeping, since they slept in separate rooms, because he snored, which I can vouch for. Sometimes I have to do that too. My husband snores so freaking loud. But so, the way I see it is it could have happened at any point that day. And if you don't believe that that is the mom on the video in the store, then she would have already been dead. And then the rest of it is just the daughter quickly trying to make it look like a kidnapping, and then, you know, cleaning up or dealing with whatever evidence at the scene. And then she checks in with her stepdad to say, oh, hey, I got this weird Venmo from my mom. And then he says, hey, I haven't even seen her. And that's when they decide to report her missing.
So
yeah, that's bullshit. I don't believe it. If my mom sent me a text said they're not going to let me go, there's a key under the blue rock or whatever, I'm going to call 911 immediately.
So
exactly.
When the daughter got the Venmo, she immediately tried calling her mom. Her mom's phone was off. This is according to the daughter. And she grew concerned, obviously, because like that's a weird Venmo message. And she claims that she then started to drive around to all of the places she could think of that her mom could potentially be at. She said Walmart, Ulta. What would be interesting is to see if law enforcement has obtained CCTV footage from the parking lots at those places the daughter claimed to have looked for the mom, to see whether, in fact, she was there, you know, because Walmart, I know, has CCTV footage, I think, extensively in their parking lots. And if you're looking for a car that you're less familiar with because it's a rental car, you would be snaking around the parking lot, right? So if she's not in any of those parking lots where she claimed to have gone searching for her mom during that time between, I think it was when she got the Venmo and then when they reported her missing, that would be very telling.
What is this? Who's that supposed to be?
I think that's
Who
her.
knows? Google is weird sometimes.
Oh,
They
that. Oh,
post-
that. Oh,
Oh.
No, that's
that
someone's
is weird.
long hair.
Well, I do know that part of what law enforcement took when they did the search warrant on the daughter and boyfriend's house is both of their cell phones. So I think that, you know, obviously they have some real suspicion that something is going on there.
Oh, I agree with that.
But I'm going to jump off because I have little ones I need to get to bed. But I just wanted to hop on for a second. So I love you. And thanks for covering this.
Thank you for coming up.
I've been so interested in this. So I will definitely stay tuned.
Yeah, I just got into it last night. So that's why I said, like, I don't know everything. I could use the help on it because I don't know a lot. Because I literally just got into it last night.
Well, I love seeing everyone's like contributions to the theories and stuff, like from chat to people that jump on. Like, it's super cool. Love it. So thank you.
Thank
Have
you.
a good night.
All right, good night.
Bye.
All right, so this was the chilling note threatening violence against Debbie and family from the boyfriend. Have a nice life, you lying ass, whatever. Don't ever contact me again. If you or your family ever come near me again, I will hurt them. P.S. I'm not stupid. Here's something. Oh, you lying ass bitch. That's what I always say, you lying ass bitch. Is you lying ass bitch. Fear and claimed a boyfriend had broken into her home, screamed at her and attacked her. Then they found out she never broke it. I'm telling you, that's what this happened from. She got in the middle of her daughter's fight.
Hell yeah! Holy shit!
Someone's playing video games. Steiner ordered 2385 with the note, said they are not going to let go.
Just for the record, that's much cleaner language than when I play.
So that's the daughter? She's little.
Is it?
No way.
You sure? I think it is.
Any way you can zoom in on the face?
No.
Maybe it's the husband's daughter from a previous marriage.
No, that's got to be the daughter because that's the brother. The son is, I guess, wife or girlfriend. But that's her.
Oh.
Upper tree where Debbie may have been burned.
I have no idea. I said I have no idea.
I don't know. What do you guys think?
This is a weird one.
Yeah, I mean, the circumstances are weird, but the motive I feel is clear as day. It was drug money and revenge.
Yeah, I mean, didn't the boyfriend and the daughter and the boyfriend also just move back from Maryland like a few days before this?
Yep.
So I was thinking about that, and they moved back from Maryland into one of the father's houses. I guess he has like a bunch of real estate. And so what I get from that is they were probably struggling with money in Maryland, hence they came back home. Maybe they both fell back into drugs or something, who knows? And, you know, because if you want to think of like motive or whatever, they said that they had dinner with, or sorry, that the mom had brought lunch over to their house the Friday before, like the day before. And then the daughter and the mom had dinner together that night, and they went and ran errands and then parted ways. Mom went home. So what I'm wondering is if the husband was just like, I'm sick of this shit. They're living off of us. They're nearly 40 years old. You know, it's time to give them an ultimatum, kick them out of the house, or they need to start paying rent or whatever. And they didn't like that. And
Nancy Grace, host of Crime Stories and Fox Nation. Nancy, nice to see you. A couple more things here that we can get into. But just at first blush here, what do you think's going on here? What happened?
Hold on. Even though I can't stand her, I want to hear this. Whoop. Come on. Why do these fucking things do this?
See where we get some in the coming days.
Thank you.
Here, what do you think's going on here? So that we can get into. But just at first blush here, what do you think's going on here? What happened?
I think that the death of Deborah Collier is not random. There's no way. I mean, think about it. If somebody was coming in to burglarize or rob,
She looks good,
even
though.
carjack her, they would, number one, if it's a burglar, leave immediately if they see somebody home, or kill them right there and get the hay out of there. Who goes to the trouble of taking her 60 miles away from Athens to Tallulah Falls at Tallulah Gorge and burning her body, carrying it down a ravine, trying to burn it, giving up halfway through? They've got a tarp. They've got a tote bag down there. They had to create a fire. That's what we call staging.
I
And
agree.
it tells me this is not random.
Okay, so 2 years ago, she posted a selfie of a black eye that she suffered. All right, and apparently she said she fell, and police, after an investigation, confirmed that those injuries are very likely the result of a fall. And the police say there's been have they received a domestic call on behalf of police to their home. Now, have you looked at the husband? Has he been cooperating?
I think that the husband is cooperating, but I do know this. Sources near the family say the family feels like they are being eyed as suspects because their words, not mine, their phones were confiscated and they were interrogated. They may feel that way, but that's SOP, standard operating procedure. And when your loved one goes missing or is found murdered, the eye is on you because you're closest to them. I got another question, Bill Hemmer. Think about this. She sent that bizarre text to her daughter saying, they're not going to let me go.
Mm-hmm.
And the key to the house is under the flower pot. My last words to my children, God willing, are not going to be the keys under the flower pot.
I agree.
And if she was found without her cell phone, then from where did she send that text, that very bizarre text? And she thought to Venmo her daughter $2,385 just with her dying movements and breath. None of that fits. I want to find out who bought that blue tarp. It's perfect for fingerprints. And I want to find out, did she drive herself there? Because the last time her husband saw her, that car was parked in their driveway Saturday morning when he says he went to work.
Okay, a few things here. Family phones confiscated by police, so there's going to be some evidence on there.
That's a good point, though. Did she drive? That's a good point.
Tote bag, blue tarp, and remains of a fire near her corpse that you just mentioned there. And a van rented by Collier was found near the scene that you just discussed as well. However, this text message, you're wiring your daughter money. Apparently, she shared that account with her husband. This gets deeper and deeper, Nancy. You wonder if there's a third party involved here. Why would you do that? Would the daughter not know that the house key was beneath the flower pot to begin with?
That's what I'm saying.
I think common sense says yes. I don't know where this leads investigators, but is it possible that she did not send that final text message from her own phone?
It's absolutely possible. That's what I'm getting at. Remember Gabby Petito and Brian Laundrie using her car, her gasoline, her credit cards was coming all the way across the country on her cell phone going, hi, granddad, blah, 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 trying to act like she was still alive. Now, I'm not pointing at any suspect, but what I am saying unequivocally is that I don't believe she sent that text. So who did? Who knew to send it to that daughter, Amanda? Who thought about the flower pot? Who would have that knowledge if it's even true? And why would they bother with a hoax of suggesting she's still alive? And another thing, who would park that rented vehicle that Deborah was using right there on the highway where anybody could see it? And then go all the way down the hill, start a fire, and try to burn her naked body. And where are her clothes?
Yeah, great
I wonder,
questions.
was she taken during the night?
Great questions, Nancy. Stay on the case. I know you will, and we'll see where we get some in the coming days.
Thank you.
Okay, now here's the other thing. I don't think she was taken before that, but here's the other thing. Why, if you're being kidnapped or you're being held, why would you tell somebody where your extra key is? That's the last thing you want to do.
I think I have a theory on that one. So with Venmo, it's whenever you send money, it doesn't tell the price, but it does show like to your friends, like, yeah, we went out for dinner and you put like a food emoji or whatever. What if it was the boyfriend that was out there and doing all this, and he's like, oh yeah, there was something that I left at the house. Send the girlfriend, send the daughter the Venmo, and kind of give that hint, like, not coming back. He's under the rock, telling the daughter, there's something in the house. Go get it.
It's a coded language.
Yes.
Or it's an explanation for why the daughter would be in the house after they changed their locks or they gave them that ultimatum, or she didn't have any business being there. It would be an explanation to law enforcement, at least, why she would be in the house or have access to it.
Well, she lived there, so she would be
Mm-mm.
there.
No, she lived in a different house that the father owned. It was like 10 minutes away from their house.
Oh, I thought
Yeah.
she had just moved back.
Well, they did just move back from Maryland, but they moved into one of the father's houses that he owned. They didn't live with the parents.
Okay, so the boyfriend is 5'3", so they're both short. Hmm. So he's 5'3". She must be 5'1". Yeah, that is her. Cause look, that is her.
Wow, she looks so different there.
Lex, you wanted to see what the Venmo post? She left the house in a rented black Chrysler Pacifica because the car had recently been in a crash.
So that house that you were just on, that's the one the parents live in, the hexagonal looking one.
Okay.
Laura, you should put on the interview with the daughter where she's like all emotional, if you could call it that.
I'm trying to find her interviews.
I saw some people in chat mention it, but I don't know. Does anyone know where that interview is with the daughter?
History of arrests. Fighter. Yeah, I've been looking for the daughter's interviews. I can't find them.
I'll see if I can find it.
All right. Daughter Amanda Simon. Eerie text message. I read this already. I can't find anywhere the daughter's interviewed. Legs are shaped and walks just like a store person. I have to see him walk, though. I couldn't say that until I actually see him walk. Is it Reardon or Bearden? The daughter's name.
Bearden with a B.
That's what I thought.
Ironically, that will bring up search results of another girl, I think in the same state, around the same age, who has a rap sheet, a similar rap sheet.
All right. If this is the boyfriend 2 days ago, this is from 2021. I was going to say he's way too small.
And that's the only reason we've had any contact, because every week she takes $500 or $600 from my check, and I just don't see how that's right. And she goes and does dope with my money, like I do. Now I've made over $30,000-$40,000 this year, and I'm completely broke because she spends it all on drugs. And my issue is there's clothes in the house that are mine. Could you tell me what happened when you came over here this morning?
This is from September of last year.
She said I needed to leave. I mean, I just got here. I didn't done anything wrong. That window has been broke. Can I just leave if she's not going to give me my stuff? I really haven't. I mean, we're trying to figure out what's going on because, beating on somebody's door this early caused the scene. So, I'm saying, I mean, like stuff's been stolen or whatever. She said to not ring the doorbell for the cat. I just knocked on the door a couple times.
They say it's cops confront Andrew Giegerich near Amanda Bearden's home on 9th floor of Lawn.
I have the interview with the daughter. If you just search Amanda Bearden on YouTube or Amanda Bearden Collier, it should pop up. It's the ABC 46 interview. Or sorry, Atlanta.
Which interview?
Here, I can just link it in the chat. One sec.
Put it in private chat.
Okay.
This is not going to work on.
Oh, okay. I just found it. Sorry, I'm a newbie at this.
That's okay.
Okay, you should have it now.
All right.
Uh-oh.
Kicked out of my own stream. All right.
Thought I was gonna have to do a funny little dance.
I'm not showing private. I'm not showing you posted anything. Try it again.
Okay.
You see me? There you go.
Yep.
All right. Okay.
I've been getting paid a
Yeah, as you can imagine, the
Why is
daughter
it
still
so
shaken
low?
by the loss of her mom. She tells me she knew something was wrong the moment she received that disturbing message.
Hold on, let me share it.
Yeah, you got to see the interview.
I don't know why it's so low.
More than a week after authorities pinged Debbie Collier's car near a wooded area just south of Tallulah Falls in Habersham County, investigators continue to search for the person who killed the 59-year-old mother of two.
My mom was my everything. Somebody took my whole world from me.
Debbie's daughter, Amanda, and her stepfather, Stephen, reported her mother missing on the evening of September 10th.
She's too big for that
So
to be
during
her.
his famous Red speech a couple of weeks ago, Joe Biden labeled his political opponents domestic extremists, terrorists who threaten the existence of our nation. Now, you may have written off that claim.
Where is
as a
that
ranting
sound
some
coming
doddering
from?
old fool, but this is the president of the United States, was the full mechanics of the largest bureaucracy in the history of the world.
Hold on.
So now the FBI is working
It's
hard to
playing
bolster
somewhere.
those false claims. It's opened domestic terrorism.
I mean, it's somewhere on my
investigations all
end.
over the country, most of them against
I just got to find it.
people. Now we have proof that many of these investigations are entirely
Oh, there it is.
fraudulent.
All right.
Stephen said he'd seen his wife the night before and that her rental was still in the driveway when he left for work that morning.
I started going to all the different places that I thought.
All right, it's not her in the store. She's too big. Her neck is too big.
Agreed.
She would go like Walmart, Ulta. I mean, I drove around for at least 2 hours.
At 3:17 that afternoon, Amanda told police she received $2,385 from her mom via Venmo. The money transfer included a message that said, quote, "They're not going to let me go. Love you. There is a key to the house in the blue flower pot by the door."
Immediate hysterical. I'd never been through this before.
When authorities located Debbie's car, they found a red tote bag, down an embankment, a partially burnt tarp, and Debbie's clothless body.
She was a beautiful, kind, giving woman. And she didn't deserve any of this.
Amanda says the last time she saw her mom was Friday night. They ate dinner, ran some errands, and went home separately. She had this message for her mother's killer.
I just want them to rot in hell. I do, sir. I mean, it's not going to take my pain away. I know it's not. But I want justice for going to take my pain away.
for her mother's killer.
I just want
I don't know. What do you guys think?
them to rot in hell.
Took her out 3 hours. I think she's guilty as fuck.
I do, sir.
And the way she's shaking just tells me she's high.
Or she's going through withdrawals.
Well, it's interesting because she's shaking her head no, like the whole time, which, you know, if you want to get into the body language stuff, is a sign of deception. And also, it usually implies, I think, that you're not being truthful in what you're saying at that moment. But
I thought if you shake your head yes when you're trying to say no, that means that
that's deception.
Yeah. But if you're shaking your head no when you're saying no, how is that deception? Hey, Gray.
Yeah, it's not.
Gray, what do you think? Take a link. I want to know your thoughts.
It's not going to take my...
Gray, you don't think the daughter's involved? You don't. You're crazy. I could have gone directly to somebody. Yeah, absolutely. Gray, take a link. I know you've covered this case far more than I have. Dave, that doesn't matter. And body language is a real thing. Don't think it's not, because it is. Buy such a big van. She may like big cars. The daughter had a drug problem. She probably didn't know where the house key was. Yeah, but why would you tell it for kidnappers? It just doesn't add up. That's if you're saying yes, but shaking your head no. She may be guilty, but she may be scared because she knows that her mom is gone. Stepdad will put an end to the child's... No. I don't believe that. I think she's guilty as fuck. Pull up Venmo from daughter? What do you mean?
Oh, yeah, you can pull that up.
All the transactions?
Yeah, I believe it's still public. There's not a lot. I mean, it's mostly, I believe the transactions started early August this year, and it's just between the mother and the daughter. The mom doesn't send Venmos to anyone else but the daughter. To answer Brian in chat, yes, it could have been the father because they had a joint Venmo account. But that would be very awkward timing.
Lex, the red bag is what she took is what she bought at the store. That's all the red bag is. It's really not much. Where do I find the Venmo transactions?
So
I knew there were a few. There weren't many, though.
Chat is saying the Venmo account is under Steve Collier's name, so maybe try searching.
No, it was a joint account. They said it was a joint account. Well, Debbie and Steve's name is on their Venmo account. Yeah. New York Times. All right.
Well, if it was a joint account, wouldn't the dad have gotten some kind of an alert.
No, not necessarily. Cops rule out theory. Chilling note. I don't see anywhere. I see Reddit. Let's see what Reddit says. Nothing. Tagged Fox. Gray's scared to come up. He's afraid I'm going to call him an idiot. All right, I can't find this. I'm looking. New York Post, Wall Street Journal. I know it exists because I've seen it.
Gray, come up. I was watching him last night. He's got great insight with the timeline and the maps, because that obviously is an important factor in this case.
He was the first one to cover it. That I know. Showing note. We got that already. Yeah, if someone could show me where to find it, that would be great, because I'm not finding it. I'm finding the same stuff over and over.
I'll see if I can find it.
Oh, damn. When was this? September 23rd, Alabama man convicted of killing 3 people in 1999 workplace shooting was sparred the death penalty at the 11th hour because the executioner couldn't find a vein for the lethal injection. Why does it matter? Just fucking shoot him up. Miller was taken back to his cell after the failed execution. That's crazy.
I've always been in favor of killing the same way they killed their victims.
I agree with that. Jury deliberated for less than 30 minutes for convicting him. Her prayers with the family. Fuck that. Just shoot him up. You don't need a vein. Just fucking do it. You're going to kill him anyway. State shall make immediate efforts to locate and preserve evidence. That's crazy. Good old Alabama. All right, cops rule out key theories. Mystery deepens. Georgia authorities do not believe she was kidnapped before she was found dead in a ravine, despite her Venmo message suggesting they're not going to let me go. No evidence to suggest to support this incident was related to kidnapping or that this is suicide. Yeah, I just keep finding the same stuff over and over. Less than 24 hours later, Collier nude and severely burned in a ravine. Laying on her back, grasping to a small tree with her right hand, her remains were found near a burned tarp, a red tote bag, and a rental car. Oh, so the red tote bag was there. A rental car she had been using. Details still pending. Authorities are treating this case as a homicide. One neighbor told the New York Post Collier had been involved in a screaming and fighting incident the night before. The husband did not mingle with other residents. Venmo account accompanied by a cryptic. Yeah, there was no cryptic message though. 12:30 p.m. on September 11th. You found it?
I'm struggling to find it because it's so much easier to find Venmo stuff on your cell phone, like on your iPhone. But it does look like it's under the Venmo account name is under Steve Collier. I don't know if that's any help.
But I thought it was under both their names.
They had a shared account, but I think it was just under his name, if I'm not mistaken.
Interesting. Yeah, because didn't the daughter say that mom never sent a Venmo? And then there were messages from the mom sending a Venmo?
Not that I know of. Did he? The dad said that?
That's what the daughter I heard.
Well, they have an entire transaction history. I mean, it's not a lot, but there's a few transactions that took place over the past month leading up to her death, early August leading up to her death, I believe. But they were all much smaller. I mean, none of them were $2,385. There was one for like prescription. There was one for car battery, I believe. There was one for gas, I believe. But that's weird if you think about the fact that the daughter and boyfriend just moved back to Georgia. Why would the mom be sending her gas money on Venmo? Like if she was in Maryland the month prior, right?
I don't know, but I wonder if the fight 15 days ago, the money spent 15 days ago had anything to do with the fight they had the night before.
Wait, what?
Shows two transactions, one 15 days ago and then that one.
Oh, I see.
So
Okay.
I'm wondering.
So I found Steve Collier's account on my phone through Venmo.
Okay.
So I don't have the prices or how much money, but the first transaction was August 2nd, August 8th, 11th, 17th, September 5th, and then the one from 17 days ago.
Where'd you find it?
On Venmo.
On Venmo?
Yeah.
Like the app?
Yep.
How can you see someone else's transactions?
Because Venmo doesn't.
It's all public.
Yeah.
It is?
I think unless you like change your privacy settings, the default is public.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's linked to your Facebook, I believe.
Yeah, I think so.
Who's in the kitchen? That's nobody.
Is there any possibility it was the husband?
I don't think so. I can't imagine the husband. I don't know why. I just can't. I just can't imagine
dealing with the daughter and her boyfriend.
Yeah, but to leave her naked like that on a tree and try to burn her doesn't seem like something a husband would do. I don't know.
It would be the perfect, I mean, you know, sending the Venmo, a perfect way to frame the daughter and boyfriend who both have long records, drug addiction problems.
I guess just the matter of death, the matter of which it happened, I have a hard time believing that it would be the mom. I mean, that would be the dad. Yeah, but her hair looks straight, but it also looks thick. Like if she didn't wash it or something, it could be like all over the place. But the thing is, I can't find one other picture where she had a visor on. That's what I've been looking for. Any other picture where she wore a hat or a visor, and I can't find one.
Someone, yep, in the chat brings up a good point. If the daughter just moved down here, then who in the heck was the mother fighting with? Who would be the younger female that shows up on weekends? Because if you remember, the neighbors said that like every weekend a young female would show up, and that's when they would hear fighting or yelling.
In Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
She was a beautiful woman, and I loved her. Last book of the post at his home. Yeah, he hasn't even been like interrogated. I don't think he has anything to do with it.
I'm about 98% positive it was the boyfriend that did it, because the symbolism behind it is burning her at the stake, which is what they did when they believed that someone was a witch way back when.
Yeah.
So you're only one letter off of what he would believe.
What do you mean?
The boyfriend burning her at the stake with the burning the bitch at the stake. That is what he would believe.
Okay.
That would be the symbolism behind it.
I'm not following.
Because they would pretty much tie him to a wooden post and burn him. Burning him at the stake.
I don't know.
That would be the symbolism behind it, and really narrowing it down to
what relevance does that have to the boyfriend? Like the mom being a witch or burning her at the stake?
Because he hates her guts. The little note thing.
Yeah, that note's pretty telling.
And that would be the symbolism behind it. That's why they did it the way that they did it. They wanted to burn her at the stake.
But that boyfriend just seemed, I mean, when you look at the body cam footage of him, he doesn't seem like the brightest bulb in the bunch.
I
don't think he would put that much thought into I see where you're going, but I just don't think he's a person that's going to put thought into symbolism in a murder, you know? But hey, this whole case makes no sense, so.
I mean, with an MMA fighter, you're also a bit of a showman, so you want to show off. And I believe that would be the way that he would show off.
Okay, see, I don't understand why they keep saying that they shared an account, because it says Steve Collier, not Deborah Steve Collier, and they show the post. So I don't know why they keep saying Debbie's name is on there, because it's not. On August 2nd, the first payment note included to Amanda Bearden from Debbie Collier. Here's an incident report. Public copy redacted. Well, what fun are you? Shows the car, the rental car. On September 11th, approximately 12:28, Sergeant Ethan Neal was notified by police dispatch that a caller from a Sirius XM service had been pinging a vehicle per the request of Athens County Police Department in reference to attempt to locate a missing person. Caller from Sirius XM advised dispatch they had been attempting to locate the vehicle and believed to have it stopped or pulled over in the area of Georgia, 15 northbound. Vehicle was identified, blah, blah, blah. Sergeant Neal requested Foster to be en route to the area to attempt to make contact while en route. Blah, blah, blah. Vehicles routinely pull up into this area. While on scene of arrival, Collier's daughter, Amanda Bearden, arrived on scene in a hysterical state. Guy doesn't know how to spell hysterical. Bearden began screaming that the vehicle belonged to a mother. Bearden was notified by Athens Clark Police that the vehicle was being pinged by Sirius and provided her with the approximate location. While speaking with Bearden, Forrester arrived on scene. Sergeant Neal briefed Forrester on the incident and requested he deploy his canine to attempt to locate Collier.
Laura, what do you think about the daughter? I know that it says she was told from the police prior to her arriving on scene, like where the satellite radio pinged to, and that's how she knew where to go. But what do you think about her showing up there hysterical at the sight of her mom's car? Because she hadn't been told yet that they found her mom's body or anything.
That's a good point. I didn't think of that. What would she be hysterical for? Because nothing had happened yet.
Right. Wouldn't she be happy that they found her car, I guess?
I agree. That's a really good point. I didn't think of that. But you're right. They would be happy they found the car. She'd be like, okay, well, where's my mom? She wouldn't have been hysterical. That's a really good point.
Here's another thing. I kind of want to piggyback off of that. Could she have been hysterical because she didn't realize exactly what her boyfriend did until she got there?
If it was a boyfriend, I think she was involved.
Well, yeah, but I don't think she was there when the killing was done, but she knew about it. She knew it was going down, and she was waiting for that Venmo to go to the house and do whatever whatever that message was actually meant to be.
I don't know.
That's what I've been thinking. Because someone has to come back. Someone has to come back and pick up the person there, presumably, because they're so far away from home.
No, but that's a really good point. I never even thought of that. That why would the daughter be hysterical crying when she wasn't told anything yet? They didn't know anything at that point.
Yeah, I always thought that was bizarre. Well, I just thought it was weird that she showed up to the scene where the car was, but they clarified that, I guess, law enforcement informed her where the ping went to, but showing up there hysterical at the sight of the car is bizarre.
Yeah, you're right. I'd say redacted all this. All right, but I've been on over 3 hours. I am going to end this for the night, and we'll pick it back up tomorrow. Wonder if anything will come out tomorrow. But I want to thank you guys for coming up.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, definitely. Come up anytime. And thanks for the info.
And I do want to make it clear, I am not the Dylan from Father and Son Reacts.
I know. You know what, though? The Dylan map guy, I thought was from Father and Son Reacts. I even left a comment for him. And then Kurt said, no, different Dylan. I was like, no way. I was like, I could have sworn it was that Dylan. He said, nope, totally different person. I said, wow. I even left a comment like, I found you. That was weird.
I'm the Dylan that knows college football.
You're the Dylan what?
I'm the Dylan that knows everything there is to know about college football. You ask me to draw a map, it's going to be like the little dots with the X at the end.
That's funny. All right, Gray, can you take a link before I leave?
Please.
Gray, you think it was a suicide? Are you fucking crazy? Gray, I had way more faith in you. Way more faith. That is
He's
totally
got
not
some interesting points though, Laura.
There's no way that was a suicide. And that's no way that was her in the store. Sorry. I'm going to argue this to the end. Nobody burns themselves with a lighter. The time frame doesn't even add up. Nope. Sorry, Gray. You're way wrong. Way, way wrong. Because you're wrong. You'll prove wrong. You're way wrong. Nobody takes a regular lighter and burns themselves to commit suicide. It's the dumbest thing I ever heard.
It's very, very extremely rare circumstances,
Mhm.
and a little hard to tie yourself to a tree.
It was not, the police verified that it was her clothes. She didn't even take her credit card out of her own pocketbook and didn't even put it back in her pocketbook. She put it back in her pocket.
Oh, if it was not her in the dollar store and they found the clothes at the scene, because I'm pretty sure an article today mentioned that that the jersey she was wearing was found at the scene, then they could probably get DNA off that clothes from whoever was wearing it.
There you go. And nobody's going to make themselves naked to commit suicide and leave their clothes next to them. Come on. That's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous to think it was a suicide. Police ruled out suicide. I don't know if they ruled out suicide.
They initially called it suicide, I believe, but then they
ruled out,
changed it.
No, I think they ruled out kidnapping and ruled out suicide. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I just read that.
Yeah, they have now, I think. But I believe initially at first they came out saying they thought it was a suicide, but they quickly changed that.
Yeah,
I
no,
think Ray discussed that last night.
They ruled out suicide and they ruled out kidnapping. They said it's homicide.
Yeah.
See, Gray, you're way ass wrong. I think you're getting Alzheimer's, Gray.
Well, it wouldn't be the first time cops are mistaken, but I think that suicide definitely seems far-fetched in this case.
I agree.
Yeah, I mean,
like very far-fetched.
Xaname did it. Xaname in the store.
And especially for a female to commit suicide in this brutal way, zero chance. Zero chance.
Gray, it was definitely not suicide.
But if you want to make the argument for suicide, she did have lunch with her daughter and her daughter's boyfriend the day before. She had dinner and spent the evening with her daughter the night before. And maybe she was trying to set it up to make it look like a homicide so that her family could collect on her life insurance. I mean, you could make it work if you really want to stretch the story, but
here's the thing.
There are several easier ways.
Hold on. If you are reporting suicide and clothes light up, then you're not going to take off all your clothes because clothes will make you burn faster. It's not going to, being naked would slow down the burning process. Yeah. Having on clothes would inflate it more. So if you're going to kill yourself by lighting yourself on fire, you're going to use your clothes as a accelerant.
If you're going to kill yourself, you're probably not going to light yourself on fire. you're probably going to do something easier and less painful. But
how did she cut down a tree? Did she cut down a tree too to start a fire? It doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't really.
The only instances that I've seen where someone would burn themselves as a way of suicide is for religious purposes.
No, you did. White Lotus's cousin did. I remember it. She walked outside and accelerated herself and just burned herself to death. I mean, a horrible way to die. She probably, Gray, are you out of your fucking mind? Why would this 60-year-old woman be on drugs? Gray,
She just got into a car accident and had bad back pain, according to the daughter.
They never said anything about blood being at the scene. Actually, they said they know that was the place. Yeah, they're saying it was drug related, probably because of the daughter. You're crazy, Gray. I have been reading it. They say it's drug related due to the daughter. Gray, you're crazy. I think you're getting Alzheimer's.
But why haven't they come out with a cause of death yet?
Maybe they don't know it yet.
They've had enough time. It's not like the body was sitting there for more than a day, right? So it couldn't have been, decomposed really that much at all.
Suicide attempt. Yeah, but what I'm saying, Scooby, is if you're going to unalive yourself in that way, you're going to keep your clothes on. Your body will burn less without clothes because clothes are going to be an accelerant. So it's going to burn up faster if you have clothes on. Nobody's going to make themselves naked to commit suicide. They're just not. So, Gray, you keep your theory. When you're wrong, I'm going to shove it in your face. There's no conspiracy crap. You putting out suicide is ridiculous. Sorry, not sorry. I thought you had a real opinion on it. But suicide doesn't even make sense. And the cops already ruled it out. So, nah. All right. But now I'm going on 3.5 hours. So I'm going to shut down. I will see you all tomorrow. And again, thank you guys for coming up. And I'll see you guys tomorrow.
See you later.
Have a great night.
Laura.
You're
Bye.
welcome. Bye. All right. Calling her a man the storage. We don't know. I'm not convinced it's her. I'm convinced it's her clothes. I'm convinced that something is up, but I am not at all convinced that that was her. It's not her daughter, but it's not her. I don't believe it's her either. She was reported missing at like 6 o'clock. So, but I am getting off though. It's late. I did not expect to be on this long. Yeah, you can tell it wasn't the daughter. The daughter's neck is too big. It's definitely not the daughter. But where are her clothes? If they never found the clothes, where are the clothes if she committed suicide? And why would she commit suicide? Makes no sense. And why was the daughter hysterical? Like Olivia said, why was the daughter hysterical before she even found anything out? Daughter is 100% guilty. I know that wasn't her in the store, but 100% guilty. So, I think she didn't want to be identified and discarded some items. Where are you getting this from? Women don't commit suicide naked. Thank you. Yeah, it definitely wasn't a daughter. That I know. Daughter's guilty. How'd she get home? Make it make sense. Yeah, we've ruled out suicide. Love you too, Kim. I really thought Gray had better insight, but I guess not. There was another person there. There were other people there that sent her to the store to buy this stuff. Why would she need to tell her daughter where her key is? It just, none of it makes sense. But all right, I'm out. I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a wonderful day. I'm sending them out tonight, tomorrow. Promise. That's another reason I got to get off. I got to box them. I've been covering this case 6 days, and at one time thought it was murder. It absolutely is murder, Gray. 150%. And I know you've been covering it. Nikki 6 says it wasn't suicide. I'm going with Nikki 6. I know I said Monday. I know. I've been super bit. Look at my Instagram. You could see how many candles I've made. I've made tons. Tons. All right. I'll see you guys later. Have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful night. It is almost 1 o'clock in the morning, but I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace.